Well, everyone, the patch notes are in, and let me tell you something, it is an absolute bloodbath of what Grinding Your Games is doing to Path of Exile 2. And we're going to go over the three biggest buffs and nerfs the most notable that's going to affect a lot of the builds. And we're going to get right into it, starting with the nerfs. Might as well rip off the band aid, am I right? Of course, first one, Gemlane Legionnaire. Stat Stacker, they are nerfing that tremendously with less attributes. The efficiency, ascendancy, passive skills, swap positions, gem stud, and no longer provides three skill slots. Instead, it now causes skills to increase damage per socket red, 6% skill speed for green, and then critical hit chance for blue support gems, which is interesting, switching up ascendancy passive no longer provides 1% 1 to all skills. Instead, now provides a choice of +2 to all skills with the strength requirement, dex, and intellect, respectfully. And this is also in conjunction with other things that you might be thinking, oh, maybe it'll still be viable. And I don't know, Gem Stacker might still be viable, but this in conjunction with other things they've nerfed, they're on the patch notes, which is Hand of Wisdom in action. Of course, they nerfed that quite a bit. So the 3% attack speed, you're getting 1% per 20 dex instead of 25 dex. And lightning damage requires 20 int instead of the 10. And then for the strength is the same thing. It's like, I think it's 20 instead of 10 or something like that. I can't remember. But that's going down. Breach rings, which were great for stat stackers as well, they greatly reduced the drop chance for them, and the 50% quality on them is down to 40. So that the pillar of the cage god, two-handed staff, that got nerfed too. So all that together made it less viable. But since it was so broken, who knows? Maybe it'll still be good. Let the copium flow. Now, moving forward here, let's see here. Oh yeah, in conjunction to ingenuity with the gem, because this helped increase the stats of your rings. It got nerfed not once but twice. Now it's only providing the 20 to 30% instead of the 40 to 80 it was. And yeah, it got double tapped. Pretty sad. Now moving forward, Stormweaver, of course, Mana Stacker, Stormweaver, Spark builds everyone was using, including myself. It was so good. It was so strong. It was inevitable it was going to get nerfed. Unfortunately, it's sad. Not only provides, the Arcane Surge going down, and this is also in conjunction with, I think, the passives on the passive skill tree. They changed some things there. Also, all the jewel sockets, there was 24 on the entire passive skill tree. Now there's only 12, which fucking sucks. Also, this in conjunction with Archmage got nerfed too. Instead of it being up to 8% after you quality it, it's going to be down to 3% after that. So who knows? It might still be a little bit viable, but it's going to be quite a bit weaker on top of other things too. Like you can't get increased spirit from scepters now. Apparently that was unintended. When you increase the quality of a scepter, you got more spirit. That's going away now. You'll only just get whatever spirit's on it from exalting it and yada yada. And increases to mana too on skill tree. The ascendancy skill trees is going down as well. So it's going to be a lot harder to stack mana overall, which really sucks, but once again, it's anticipated. And of course, the third and final nerf that is the most anticipated. We all saw this coming. Here it is. We knew they were going to nerf Grim Feast, but I don't think anybody saw that it's no longer in. You can't even engrave it. It's not even in the game anymore. It has been disabled, and they aim to rework it in the coming future, so you can't even use it anymore. Man, they didn't just nerf it. They took it out back, shot it twice in the back of the head, and buried it 12 feet underground. Holy shit, man! I mean, yeah, it was super strong. It was stupid. It basically negated any energy recharge, and it doubled your energy shield on top of that. So it was so fucking good. So now you have to compensate your energy shield regeneration elsewhere. via gear and, of course, passive skill tree. So good luck to y'all there. And as a bonus to head scratching nerfs that I don't understand is this one right here. Loyal Hellhound no longer causes 20% of the damage for hits taken from you uh, from your Hellhound's life before you. It wasn't even this game breaking, and they removed it. They didn't even replace it with anything. It's just removed. That was the whole point of the Loyal Hellhound, was being a bit of a tank for you, and it can ignite enemies a little bit, which that's fine. But now it's not even like, in my opinion, viable as a spending your ascendancy points on. Screw that. That's a head scratcher for sure. Moving on. After this, now we're going into the three buffs because there are some buffs. Even though the majority of this is nerfs, there's some buffs in between. We'll go over kind of the top ones here, in my opinion. Is the Titan. The Titan is very slow but super strong, and it dodged a lot. It didn't get a lot of nerfs as far as I kind of looked over here. Got more buffs than anything else, which is great. I don't care. I'm not going to play the warrior. But for all you warrior fans out there, like Karn and Alcazar Senpai and everybody else in between, this is a great thing for y'all. Seems more viable and probably more tanky via the Blacksmith of Katava, probably being the tankiest source next to the Tactician Ascendancy for this Dawn of the Hunt league here. And moving forward here to the next buffs. Here is Pathfinder did get a little bit of a nerf up top here with the movement speed, but it seemed like it got more buffs overall than it did nerfs, so that's a good thing. And the Acolyte of Chalua, whatever you say it, for the Monk Ascendancy, basically the Dark Monk, got some buffs as well. Now, I didn't go through all of it. It's whatever, it's just more like, I guess, damage and stuff like that. So, and more mana leech and whatever else down below. But I'm not going to play it. I don't really care. But it's definitely sounds more viability, which is always a good thing. We need more build variety moving forward. So, and the last buff that seems noticeable, and it's kind of a small one, whatever, that Jeweler Orbs now set a skill gem to the specific number of support skill gem sock. Their wording cracks me up. Tongue tie. Rather than adding support gem socks to a skill gem with a specific number of support gem. Already. For example, you can now use a perfect Jeweler's Orb on a skill gem with 2 support gem sockets to set it to a 5 support gem socket. So basically, in simplified terms, you don't have to use a lesser Jeweler's Orb, a greater Jeweler's Orb, and then a perfect Jeweler's Orb. You don't have to do that anymore. Once you have a skill just cut, ready to go, it has 2 sockets, perfect Jeweler's Orb, that's all you need to get it up to the maximum sockets. You're good to go. You don't have to do the little steps in between and waste other Jeweler Orbs. So it's nice. And as a bonus one, after all this, is crossbows apparently got buffed too. I didn't know that they were scaled based off a one-hand weapon when they were supposed to be scaling off a two-handed weapon scaling modifier or whatever. So they were doing less damage than they were supposed to. And apparently it was a bug, according to the developers. So yeah, great job, GGG. But hey, this stuff's complicated. Now, the biggest part that's missing, this is it, but this is what's missing most here is we don't have the support, the 100 support gems that are coming, and the 100 uniques, or the plus 100 uniques that are coming to the game. So we have no data on that, what those are going to do, and also the damage numbers on skill gems. They're all going to get changed, but what's going to be more, buffed and nerfed, we have no idea. The only thing we have to depend on right now is the data miners giving us the information before league launch tomorrow. And something tells me we're going to be waiting quite a bit because I get the feeling the servers are going to be on fire no matter what. So this is all I got for you guys. I know this is a bit of a downer. It kind of bummed me out, but I'm still going to play Huntress. I still want to see what's going to happen. Hopefully this is more of a good than bad thing. But let me know what you all think in the comments. Do you think this is in the step in the right direction? Or the biggest blunder grinding gear games will make for the franchise? Because they're kind of going back on their word. They said before in an interview not that long ago that they didn't want to nerf everything to the ground like they have before in Path of Exile 1. They didn't want to repeat history, that they want to kind of bring things up in a balanced way and not bring down the big old fucking Nerf hammer. But it seems like they fell back into their old ways because this is an absolute slaughterhouse. And it remains to be seen what the player base is going to, what their response is going to be on day one, April 4th, Dawn of the Hunt comes out. And you're going to have to get your stun resistant ailment resistance up too, because enemies are going to be hitting us harder and kicking our asses. So put up your defenses, y'all. Anyways, let me know what y'all think. Catch you on the next video.